If you're anything like us, there's a certain thrill that comes with collecting.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's, the tangible feel of a rare stamp in your hand, or maybe a vinyl record spinning, or even that gleam of a newly discovered digital collectible.
Yeah.
That human urge to accumulate fascinating things is, it's pretty powerful.
It really is.
And if you're already immersed in the vibrant world of bugs plus women, you definitely know the joy of uncovering those really intricately designed insect trading cards.
They are quite something.
But here's the thing. As your digital collection grows, and it inevitably does, you find yourself with duplicates, maybe cards that no longer fit your strategy, or simply items you're ready to part with.
Happens to everyone.
So today we're taking a deep dive into bugs, plus that captivating world brimming with insect facts on trading cards, and specifically how you, our dedicated listener, can truly master the art of managing your card collection. Our focus, the incredibly powerful and I think strategic refund feature.
That's right.
Our mission is clear. We want to extract every important nugget of knowledge from the sources we've looked at about finding your cards, understanding their true value, and strategically deciding when and how to refund them for, maximum benefit.
Getting the most out of it.
Exactly. Get ready to transform your collection management from maybe casual to truly strategic.
And that's really what this deep dive is designed to achieve. We're going to frame this whole discussion around the growing importance of, digital asset management.
Right.
Because in platforms like Bugs, PlusDial, understanding the intricate mechanics of not just collection, but also divestment, strategically letting go of assets, it isn't merely about the initial fun of gathering.
It's more than just hoarding.
Exactly. It's fundamentally about optimizing your gameplay experience, maximizing your in-game resources, and ultimately taking sophisticated control of your digital inventory. We'll explore not just the how these features work, but we'll really delve deep into the why behind their design, ensuring you're not just informed, but strategically empowered to make the absolute best decisions for your unique collection and, your long-term goals within Bugs Plus Run.
All right, to really get into this, let's start at the very beginning. Before we even think about letting go, let's talk about holding on, and maybe more importantly, finding what you've actually got.
Good place to start.
So what exactly are Bugs Plus trading cards? Our sources make it really clear that these aren't just some side hustle or an afterthought in the game.
No, it's not at all.
They're a truly central, integrated part of the Bugs Plus experience. You acquire them primarily through consistent daily engagements, like completing your daily quests.
Which is clever game design. Keeps you coming back.
Totally. Keeps you logging in, and also through careful purchases at the Bug Point shop.
So there are multiple ways in. And a key observation here is precisely that integrated nature of card acquisition you mentioned. It's not simply a separate mini-game or a one-off event. It's intricately woven into the daily activity loop.
Right into the core gameplay.
Precisely. This design choice powerfully encourages consistent player engagement. Think about it. Players logging in to complete their quests aren't just getting quest rewards, they're also incrementally building their card collection with every single successful task.
A little drip feed of cards.
Exactly. It ensures that collecting is a continuous journey, a persistent and rewarding stream of discoveries, rather than something you only dip into occasionally. And, crucially, this continuous acquisition hints at the sheer volume of cards a dedicated player might accumulate over weeks, months, or even years. Imagine thousands of cards.
Wow. Yeah, that could get overwhelming fast.
It really could. Yeah. And that rapidly fuels the need for effective, systematic management, which is, where our deep dive truly begins.
Absolutely. And once you've accumulated some of these fascinating cards, maybe a rare beetle or a shimmering butterfly, the immediate next question is, where do I put these treasures? And how do I actually see them access this growing treasury of entomological knowledge?
Yeah, where's the gallery?
Well, the source guides us directly to what's called the Collection tab. It's easily identifiable, thankfully, by a distinctive SD card trading card icon on the sidebar.
Pretty clear icon.
Yeah, think of it as your digital vault, your personal gallery of all these incredible insect wonders. And once you're inside, you're not just staring at a static list of names. It's a much richer experience than that.
Indeed, this tab functions as the central hub for your entire card collection, but its utility extends far beyond just listing your inventory. The ability to use arrows to move between pages.
Standard navigation.
Right. And, more importantly, to press the trading card to see it in bigger view that isn't merely for aesthetics or simple browsing.
Not just pretty pictures.
No. It's about enabling a truly detailed examination of each card. The larger view is particularly important because it reveals those insect facts on it.
The educational bit?
Exactly. It transforms what could be just a simple collectible into an interactive educational tool. This multi-layered engagement, visual appeal, detailed information, and the inherent act of discovery is a core aspect of the Bugs Plus design philosophy. It promotes both entertainment and genuine learning about the natural world.
And it gets even cooler than just seeing those fascinating facts. Our sources tell us you can even ask AI about the card if Explain with Buckeye is enabled in settings.
Now that's interesting.
Isn't it? This isn't just a static image with some pre-written text. It's an interactive learning tool that truly bridges the gap between collecting and active knowledge acquisition.
So you can really dig deeper if a specific insect catches your eye.
Precisely. Beyond the collection itself, the sources highlight a neat customization trick that's all about player convenience and efficient tracking. You can configure your Home tab, which is the little house icon, to tell you how many trading cards you currently possess.
Oh, a quick count. Nice.
Yeah. How do you do this? You navigate through Account tab Settings homepage, and then simply select Show Trading Cards Count on Homepage.
Simple enough.
That's a fantastic way to keep tabs on your growing collection without constantly diving into the collection tab itself.
Placing this in a broader context, that integration with Bug AI, as you mentioned, it really elevates these cards beyond mere collectibles to an interactive knowledge base.
Yeah.
This encourages deeper learning and critical engagement with the content of each card, making the act of collecting, more intellectually rewarding. Imagine asking the AI, how does this particular beetle camouflage itself? Or what's unique about this butterfly's migratory pattern?
Makes the facts come alive, like you said.
Exactly. And the homepage customization. That's all about immediate feedback and personalizing the user interface to suit individual tracking preferences. It's a smart way of preventing information overload by offering concise, relevant data right up front.
See it at a glance.
Precisely. It deeply respects the player's desire for quick information access, letting you see your total count without having to navigate multiple screens. It's about efficiency and a truly user-centric design that puts you in control of what you see first.
Okay, now for those of you with a very specific card in mind, maybe you're hunting for a particular ultra-legendary Goliath beetle that you have somewhere in that massive collection.
Or you just got one and want to check it out again.
Right, or maybe you just want to quickly check the facts on a newly acquired rarity. The search icon on the collection tab is your absolute best friend. It lets you enter an exact trading card name directly.
Super useful for large collections.
Definitely. But here's a crucial detail that our sources emphasize, and it's one that can make or break your search. It includes the exact capitalization.
Ah, the capitalization trap.
Exactly so. No room for typos or lazy lowercase entries there. You'll need to be precise, which can sometimes feel like a digital spelling test.
It can. But this precision in search functionality ensures tremendous efficiency, especially for players who accumulate truly large and diverse collections. It's an absolutely vital tool for quick retrieval of specific items.
Faster than scrolling through pages and pages?
Absolutely. But it also subtly reinforces attention to detail for the player. It speaks to the underlying database structure and the importance of accurate data input for successful retrieval. This is a common pattern you see in robust digital systems. The more specific and accurate your query, the more exact and efficient your results will be.
Makes sense.
So while it might occasionally be a slight friction point if you don't recall the exact capitalization, it ultimately empowers you to find precisely what you're looking for swiftly and reliably.
Okay, so as you browse your collection, whether you're manually scrolling or using that precise search function, you'll undoubtedly notice the trading card's rarity.
That little label.
Our source explains this in pretty simple terms. It's just how rare it is to get. But that brings up a critical point, because simply knowing a card is rare isn't quite enough, is it? What kinds of rarity are we looking at here, and what does that hierarchy actually mean for you as a player?
That's an excellent question, because understanding rarity isn't just for bragging rights, though maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little.
But it's absolutely fundamental to strategic collection management. The sources provide us with a clear ladder of scarcity: common, uncommon, rare, ultra-rare, legendary, ultra-legendary, limited.
Okay, Quite a few tiers there.
Yes, and each tier implies increasing difficulty in acquisition, which naturally translates to higher perceived value within the game's economy and potentially higher demand, if player-to-player trading ever became a thing.
Potential future value, too.
Could be. More pertinently for our discussion today, these rarities often correlate directly to the quantity and quality of rewards you'll receive if a card is eventually used or critically refunded.
So rarity impacts the refund payout.
Exactly. For example, a common card might be easily acquired through daily quests, maybe you get tons of them, but its refund value, while present, will likely be minimal.
Pennies on the dollar, so to speak.
Pretty much. An ultra-legendary card, on the other hand, is incredibly difficult to obtain, and therefore its refund value in terms of bug points, or maybe those stars we'll talk about, or even refund credits could be disproportionately higher.
Worth significantly more when you refund it.
Potentially, yes. The limited category is particularly intriguing. This often suggests time-bound availability, perhaps from a special event or a seasonal release.
FOMO kicks in. Fear of missing out.
Right, which typically drives immediate collector urgency and dramatically increases a card's perceived value due to creating that artificial scarcity. For you, the player, knowing this hierarchy helps you decide what to keep for its rarity, what to actively pursue, and what to potentially divest strategically.
Makes sense. You need to know what you're holding.
Absolutely. For instance, if you're chasing high-tier cosmetic unlocks, you might prioritize refunding an ultra-legendary, even if it's aesthetically pleasing, because its star yield could be significantly higher compared to its bug point value.
Trading rarity for a different kind of reward.
Precisely. Conversely, if you need immediate bug points for a shop purchase right now, maybe mass refunding a stack of common cards might be your best tactical move, even though individually they're low value. It's all about aligning the card's rarity and its potential refund reward with your current in-game objectives.
That's a perfect segue, actually, because now that we know how to admire our cards, find them, understand their inherent rarity, let's talk about when it might be time to strategically repurpose some of them.
The big decision.
The feature is brilliantly named, I think. Refund unwanted trading cards. Simple, direct. But what's the real impact of this for you, the player? Why would you even consider refunding a card you've maybe painstakingly collected, perhaps through daily quests or strategic bug point purchases?
Why give it up?
Yeah. Our source provides two key reasons, outlining both a sort of decluttering function and a vital resource generation function. First, if you no longer want one of a specific trading card type, maybe you've decided to specialize your collection, or a certain card just doesn't fit your aesthetic or your in-game strategy anymore.
Tastes change, strategies evolve.
Exactly. Second, and perhaps more strategically interesting, you want to turn a trading card into rewards. This is where the true resource management kicks in, allowing you to convert those dormant assets into something actively beneficial.
Yeah, this feature is absolutely critical for active collectors, especially as their inventories grow significantly. As collections expand, players inevitably accumulate duplicates sometimes, like lots of them.
Oh yeah, the duplicate problem.
Or cards that over time just no longer align with their current gameplay objectives or strategic focus. The refund mechanism offers a graceful and incredibly productive exit for these cards. It effectively converts these dormant assets, which are essentially just sitting idle in your collection doing nothing.
Digital dust collectors.
Pretty much. It converts them into active, usable resources. These could be bug points or other rewards, making them immediately beneficial for other aspects of your gameplay. It's a system that actively acknowledges the dynamic nature of a player's collection and allows for continuous optimization of your inventory and resources. And critically, our source makes a very important clarification about precision. The refund process will only take one of this card.
Just one at a time from a stack.
Right. This means if you have multiple copies, say 5 of the same common card, it only reduces the count by 1, down to 4, or removes it entirely if it was the last one you held. This granular precision is key. It prevents accidental mass refunds, giving you absolute control over exactly what you divest.
That granular precision is definitely reassuring. You don't want to accidentally wipe out your entire stash of something.
Definitely not.
Now, our source makes it a point to clarify a very important distinction. It says, please note that this is different to erasing data. Expert, why is this such an important point for us to remember and for Bugs Plus to highlight so clearly?
Well, this differentiation is absolutely crucial for avoiding unintended and potentially catastrophic consequences for a player. Think of it like this. Erasing data implies a much broader, more destructive action.
Sounds scary.
It does. It could potentially affect your entire account, wipe out significant portions of your gameplay progress, maybe even delete personal information. It's like hitting the factory reset button on your entire game experience.
Okay, definitely not what we want when refunding a card.
Not at all. Refunding, by stark contrast, is a targeted, granular process that is specific only to individual trading cards. It's solely about modifying your in-game inventory, not your account history or overall game save. This specificity empowers players with precise control over their assets without having to fear broader data loss. And that, in turn, profoundly reinforces trust in the system. It speaks to a robust design philosophy aimed at protecting player investments and ensuring that critical actions are clearly delineated and understood. You are refunding a card, you are certainly not erasing your entire history or progress.
That clarity is super important. Okay, now for the big, bold warning from the source, and it's one you'll want to heed very, very carefully. You can't get refunded trading cards back.
Emphasis on the can't.
Yeah, that's a pretty definitive statement. It really drives home the idea that this isn't a reversible action in the moment. Click refund, confirm, it's gone.
Oof.
However, there's a powerful silver lining that immediately follows, which I find incredibly reassuring for players, especially if you make a mistake.
Which happens.
It does, the source says, but you can re-earn the card back if you made a mistake. That's a huge relief, knowing that an honest error isn't necessarily permanent damage to your collection potential.
This raises an important question about player agency and consequence within game design, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, the irreversibility of the refund for that specific instance that you can't just click undo is a deliberate design choice. It adds genuine weight to the decision-making process.
Makes you pause and think.
Exactly. It encourages thoughtful engagement rather than impulsive action, making players truly consider if they want to part with a card and what the opportunity cost of that decision might be. If you're refunding an ultra-legendary for bug points, you're giving up the potential future utility or aesthetic value of that specific card instance.
Right, that particular copy is gone.
But the provision that cards can be re-earned offers that critical safety net we mentioned. It acknowledges that players make mistakes, their strategies evolve, or they might simply have a genuine change of heart down the line. This allows for recovery without entirely devaluing the initial decision's gravity or making the system feel overly punitive.
So it's forgiving, but not too forgiving.
Precisely. This balance prevents extreme player frustration while still maintaining a sense of commitment to the refund action. It encourages critical thinking about whether a card is truly unwanted or simply currently unneeded, offering a path forward either way, albeit one that might require reinvesting time or resources to reacquire it later.
All right, let's talk practicalities then. Let's unpack this. So, you've made the strategic decision to refund a card. Perhaps it's a duplicate you're finally ready to convert into points, or maybe you're chasing those precious bug points for something specific in the shop.
Time to turn cards into cash, essentially.
Exactly. How does this actually happen within Bugs plus Worry? The process isn't entirely uniform, and our sources highlight key differences between newer versions and older versions of the game.
Which is important to know depending on when you're playing or what device you're on.
Right. Let's dive into the most current, intricate system first, as that's likely what most of you listening are encountering in your game today.
Okay, the modern process. Understanding the different processes is vital because it clearly reflects the evolution of user interface design. This often happens based on direct player feedback, or maybe a desire for increased security, or just better confirmation mechanisms.
Learning from experience.
Exactly. The newer version process, as we'll soon see, introduces a deliberate delay, which serves a very important purpose we'll explore. For these modern systems, the steps are quite clear and sequential, meticulously designed to minimize accidental refunds. First, you go to the Collection tab.
The SD card icon again?
That's the one. Then you select or search for the unwanted trading card or the trading card you want to refund. Find your target.
Okay.
Once you've located it and you're sure, you press refund. Now, at this point, crucially, you'll be able to look at the list of rewards you will get depending on its rarity.
The preview. Very important.
Absolutely critical moment for assessing the immediate value of your decision. Is this reward worth giving up this card? Finally, if you're happy, you select Add to Refund List. Each step here acts as a clear confirmation, ensuring your intent is deliberate and unambiguous.
Okay, so you add it to a list, it's not instantly gone yet.
Correct. And this is where the newer versions introduce that fascinating and very intentional element. A 3-minute timer will start to count down.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why the wait?
Well, it's not just a simple delay. It has specific mechanics designed to greatly enhance the player experience and safety. Our sources tell us it will merge together with other pending refund list cards if there is any.
Oh, that's smart.
It is. So, if there's already 2 minutes left on a previous card added to the list, the new timer for the whole list will be 2 minutes. That's incredibly smart for batch refunds, preventing multiple, potentially confusing, overlapping delays.
So you don't end up with like 10 different timers ticking down.
Exactly, just one unified timer for the current batch. Now, you must make sure not to close Bugs Plus during the timer, which makes sense for data integrity.
Gotta let it finish.
Right. But thankfully, and this is a big relief, you can still refund more trading cards or do other things within the game while the timer runs. You're not locked out.
So you can queue up more refunds or just play the game.
Yep. And what if you change your mind mid-timer? Panic sets in.
Yeah. Oh no, I needed that beetle.
No problem. You can always cancel. You go back to the collection tab, click in the area labeled cards to be refunded, and then simply press cancel.
Okay, a clear escape hatch.
A very clear one. You even get a comprehensive view in this area. You can see how many seconds are remaining on the timer. You can see what will be refunded, like a final checklist, and you can even skip the countdown and preview your rewards again, just to be absolutely sure.
It really gives you a lot of control and information during that waiting period. It makes it a critical strategic pause, not just dead time.
Absolutely. What's fascinating here is the truly thoughtful design of this 3-minute timer. It serves as that crucial cooling off period, providing players a vital window for reconsideration, especially given that, as we discussed, refunded cards cannot be directly retrieved in that exact instance.
Gives you time for second thoughts.
Precisely. Imagine you're trying to refund a rare card, and then you suddenly remember you actually need it for a specific in-game challenge that just popped up, or maybe a friend asks you for advice on that exact card. That 3-minute window becomes a critical strategic pause, allowing you to hit cancel and save that card from an impulsive decision.
Saved by the timer.
Could be. The merging timer, as we said, is an elegant solution that streamlines the process for batch refunds. The restriction on closing Bugs Plus is likely a technical necessity, ensuring the refund process completes without interruption or data corruption. And the robust cancellation option, complete with detailed previews of what you're canceling, truly reinforces player control and minimizes potential regret, perfectly aligning with that principle of informed decision-making. This system is brilliantly designed to effectively mitigate impulsive actions and provide a safety net.
Okay, so the timer is ticking down. What happens right at the end? Does it just silently complete?
No, they make sure you notice. As that timer winds down, the system provides one last, very clear chance for intervention. Near the end of the countdown, an 8-second siren countdown pop-up will show on the screen, saying that the cards will be refunded in a few seconds.
A siren. Okay, they really want your attention.
They really do. This isn't a silent, unnoticed process. It's designed to demand your attention through both sound and visuals. You have a clear choice on that pop-up. You can choose to cancel it, one last chance, or claim the rewards on the pop-up right there.
So you can cancel even with seconds left.
Apparently so. Now, what if you step away from your device or your AFK for those crucial 8 seconds because you're wrestling with a particularly stubborn snack bag?
Happens to the best of us.
It does. Don't worry, the system handles that too. If there is no response, they will be claimed automatically. So even if you miss the final prompt, your rewards are still secured and the refund goes through. Bugs Plus really seems to have thought of the different ways players interact or don't interact.
That's good. Ensures it completes cleanly.
Exactly. This final 8-second siren pop-up is a high-visibility, last-ditch confirmation mechanism. It leverages both auditory and visual cues to ensure the player is fully aware of the imminent and, in its immediate effect, irreversible action. It's a powerful psychological trigger designed to snap you back to attention, providing that absolute final chance to pull back.
The point of no return.
Almost. And the auto-claim function ensures that the process completes even if the player is momentarily distracted, providing a consistent user experience while still offering that critical final opportunity to intervene. This multi-stage confirmation process, from adding to the list to the 3-minute timer to this final siren, it really underscores the value Bugs Plus places on player choice and, most importantly, preventing accidental loss of valuable assets. It builds trust in the system by giving players so many opportunities to confirm or cancel.
Okay, but what if you were sure? What if you're a player who values speed above all else, and 3 minutes feels like an eternity when you're on a roll? strategically liquidating part of your collection.
They get it done now, player.
Yeah. The source mentions a solution for being in a rush on a newer version. You can also pay 45 bug points per trading card to make the countdown go the last 7 seconds.
Ah, the fast forward button for a price.
Exactly. It sounds like a super convenient shortcut, letting you accelerate the process significantly. But here's a surprising detail that makes this feature even more appealing and, frankly, quite low risk.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you pay the points, you speed it up.
Yeah.
But what if you still change your mind in those last few seconds?
Ah, good question. Do you lose the points?
That's what you'd think. But no, this is the really player-friendly part our source highlights. If you do that pay to rush and decide to cancel, your bug points will come back.
Oh, wow. That's actually really generous.
Isn't it? It completely negates the risk of paying for a rush and then changing your mind before the timer finally runs out. It makes the rush option far more appealing and forgiving.
That really does. It introduces that interesting dynamic between time and in-game currency, offering a strategic trade-off. It provides a premium option for players who prioritize immediate gratification or who are managing their time very carefully.
For the efficient player.
Exactly. But that crucial detail about getting your bug points back if you cancel after rushing, that's incredibly player-friendly. It removes the potential buyer's remorse of paying for speed you didn't ultimately use. It speaks to a design philosophy that respects player investment even when it comes to accelerating a process. It provides both convenience and a built-in safety net. It's a thoughtful touch.
It really is. Okay, so that covers the newer versions with the timers and the rush option.
Yeah.
But for those of you who might be playing on older versions of bugs, plus or maybe on a device that hasn't updated, or if you're just curious about how things used to be.
The historical perspective.
Right. The refund process is described as being quite different, much more streamlined, maybe too streamlined, in fact, lacking some of those multi-stage confirmations we just discussed.
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the older version's simplicity likely predates the introduction of the more robust confirmation layers we now see in newer versions. This is a very common evolutionary path in software and game development. You start simpler, then add safety features based on use.
Makes sense. Learn as you go.
Pretty much. The steps in the older version were much more direct. You would simply go to the collection tab, then select or search for the unwanted trading card, press refund, and then simply select the OK button.
Click, go on.
Basically. The key difference, and a very significant one, is that the cards will be refunded instantly. No timer, no cooling off period.
Ooh, risky.
Potentially, yes. Now, you would still be able to preview how much bug points you will get before confirming with OK, so you weren't flying completely blind, but that instantaneity carried a significantly higher risk of accidental, irreversible decisions compared to the newer system's carefully designed delays and last chance pop-ups.
Yeah, a slip of the finger could be costly.
Exactly. This comparison highlights a clear evolution in game design towards more cautious and user-empowering interfaces, prioritizing player protection against impulsive, potentially regretted actions. The new system, while maybe a bit slower, is arguably much safer for your valuable collection.
Safer is usually better when it comes to digital assets. Okay, so you've navigated the process, whether old or new. You've confirmed your refund, maybe waited out the timer, maybe rushed it, and now your unwanted card is gone from your collection. The big question then becomes, what do you actually get in return?
The payoff.
Yeah. What's the reward for your strategic decision, particularly on those newer versions where the system seems more complex? It's not just a simple one-to-one exchange, which, again, adds that layer of depth and strategy to the refund system.
That's right. The reward system for refunding on newer versions is quite sophisticated, offering a multifaceted return that truly goes beyond just a direct conversion. The sources detail 3 main types of rewards, each with its own strategic implications for your overall Bugs Plus experience. First, and perhaps most directly, you receive bug points. The source says you get all of the or more than the bug points you paid or would have paid if it was not a reward during when first got it.
Okay, that phrasing is a bit dense. Break that down.
Right. It means the amount of bug points you get back is flexible. It depends on the card, maybe its rarity, and crucially, how you originally got it. Bug points are, the primary in-game currency you'll typically use for acquiring new card packs, sometimes specific upgrades, or even exclusive items in the game store, so getting them back is generally good.
So it could be less than you paid, exactly what you paid, or even more.
Potentially, yes. This specific reward structure for bug points actively encourages players to critically evaluate the initial cost versus the current value. For example, If you acquired a card as a free daily quest reward, you paid 0 bug points. For it, refunding it might still give you bug points.
Oh, nice. Free money, basically.
Essentially turning a free asset into valuable currency, a pure profit. If you bought a card for, say, 100 bug points and the refund gives you 80, that's a resource conversion at a slight loss, but perhaps necessary for immediate funds. If you refund it for 120, you've potentially made a profit, perhaps due to some bonus from the system, or maybe the card's perceived value increased.
Interesting. So it's not always a fixed percentage back.
Doesn't seem to be, based on that wording. This system truly incentivizes thoughtful card management and understanding the nuances of how you acquired your cards and what your immediate currency needs are.
Okay, bug points are key. But beyond bug points, which seem essential for everyday purchases, there are other intriguing rewards that our sources mention. You can also receive some stars for rarer or lots of trading cards.
Stars. Sounds fancy.
It does. Now, the sources don't explicitly define stars as a currency or resource, but the way they're mentioned linked to rarity or quantity strongly suggests they are something valuable and perhaps even premium within the game. Expert, what might stars represent in the Bugs Plus ecosystem based on how games usually work? And how would a player strategically decide to refund for them instead of bug points?
That's a great observation. And while the sources indeed don't spell out exactly what stars do, their explicit association with rarer or lots of trading cards strongly suggests they are a valuable, perhaps even premium resource within Bugs Plus.
Like a secondary currency.
Very likely. Based on common game economy designs, we can infer they could be used for things like special unlocks, maybe unique cosmetic items that convey prestige, like a shiny profile border or something.
Status symbols.
Exactly. Or specific achievement progressions, or maybe even access to exclusive game modes or features. By linking them to rarer or bulk refunds, they act as a secondary and likely higher tier incentive for players to part with high-value cards or to perform large-scale collection cleanups.
So refunding 1 ultra legendary might give stars, while refunding 10 commons might give bug points. Or maybe lots of commons give stars too.
The source says rarer or lots of, so it could be either quality or quantity triggers star rewards. This adds another compelling layer to the strategic decision of refunding. It's not just about accumulating bug points for regular purchases, it's about strategically accumulating these rarer stars for other, potentially more exclusive in-game benefits. A player might strategically decide to refund an Ultra Legendary specifically for stars if they're a completionist focused on unlocking every cosmetic, or if they're aiming for a specific high-tier progression path that only stars can unlock. It really makes you weigh different reward types against your personal long-term goals in the game.
Right, depends what you're saving up for. Okay, so we have bug points, we have stars, and then there are refund credits if there are leftover credits that were not turned into rewards.
Another one, refund credits.
Yeah, this also sounds like another distinct currency or resource separate from both bug points and stars. How do these refund credits work, according to the source? And how can a player use them strategically in the long run?
What's fascinating here is the introduction of refund credits, because they appear to be part of a deferred reward system, which is a very interesting design choice in a game.
Deferred, meaning you don't get them right away.
Not exactly. It sounds like you get them from the refund, but they represent value that wasn't immediately converted into bug points or stars. The source says they are leftover credits that were not turned into rewards, implying they accumulate over time from various refund actions where maybe the value didn't neatly divide into whole bug points or stars.
Like fractional cents left over.
Sort of like that, perhaps, or maybe certain refunds specifically generate these credits. The key is their distinct use. They can be used to get rewards later with exchange refund credits on the collection tab, the SD card icon.
Ah, so you save them up and trade them in later.
Exactly. This system actively encourages patience and allows players to save up for potentially more significant, perhaps higher tier, rewards that might not be available directly through immediate bug point or star exchanges. Think of them as maybe loyalty points for strategic divestment, rewarding long-term planning.
A long game strategy?
Precisely. It adds a long-term strategic element to the act of refunding, transforming a seemingly simple act of divestment into a nuanced resource management decision. Players are encouraged to think about their future goals within Bugs, plus perhaps there's a legendary item or a unique cosmetic that requires thousands of these credits, and how accumulating these refund credits over time can contribute to achieving them rather than just focusing on the instant gratification of bug points or stars.
Makes you consider the balance between immediate needs and building towards something bigger down the line.
It absolutely does. It adds a really nice layer of strategic depth to the whole refund mechanic.
Wow, okay. What an incredible journey into the heart of bugs. Plus, trading card management. We've navigated all the way from the initial thrill of discovering and organizing your collection.
Finding that SD card icon.
Yes. Understanding the nuances of card rarity and what that truly implies for value and strategy, to making informed decisions about refunding unwanted cards.
Weighing the pros and cons.
We've explored the detailed mechanics of both modern and older refund systems, contrasting their careful design choices. The timers, the warnings, the instant refunds.
And the evolution towards safety.
And we've truly unlocked the diverse array of rewards you can gain, from those immediate bug points and valuable stars to those intriguing long-term refund credits. You really now have a comprehensive toolkit for managing your Bugs Plus collection.
Yeah, transforming potential clutter and those dormant assets into genuinely valuable, actionable resources.
It's quite a system.
It really is. This deep dive truly reveals that Bugs Plus offers a sophisticated ecosystem for collectors, extending far beyond simple acquisition. The ability to strategically refund cards, understanding the implications of the timers, the potential costs like the rush fee, and the varied types of rewards you'll receive. It elevates the collecting experience from just passive accumulation to active, informed management.
Taking control.
Exactly. And this raises an important question for you, our listener. How might this newfound knowledge of the refund system influence your overall collection strategy in Bugs Plus going forward?
Good question.
Will you now approach daily quests differently, perhaps with an eye on which cards you might later refund for optimal gain? Will you scrutinize your Bug Point Shop purchases with an eye towards not just what you need now, but their potential future refund value? And maybe which type of reward, bug points, stars, or those accumulating refund credits, aligns best with your ultimate in-game objectives? The power to manage your collection effectively, aligning your divestments with your aspirations, is now firmly in your hands.
It really is. We encourage you to open up Bugs Plus tab, head to your collection tab, maybe take a fresh look with all this in mind. Put this knowledge to the test. Discover what treasures you have, admire them again.
Appreciate the artwork.
Definitely. And perhaps identify some strategic opportunities for refunds that will genuinely benefit your gameplay and resource goals. Maybe it's finally time to convert that huge stack of duplicate common cards into a nice stash of bug points.
Or maybe target a rare card refund to start building up those stars or refund credits.
Exactly. Whatever your strategy, happy collecting and even happier managing.